Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and today I'm going to show you how to repair a flat tire without removing the wheel, without taking it into a tire shop. This is something you could do on the side of the road, but you would need an air supply, which we can cover a little bit later in the video, some options for that. So I'm going to get the weight of the car off of that wheel, and so please use wheel chocks because this is a rear-wheel drive car. The emergency brake and the transmission that will keep the car stopped will be in the air, so the car could roll. So you always want to keep that in mind. And next we're going to lift the car in the air, so we have our wheel chock up front to keep it from rolling. We're lifting towards the front of the vehicle here so that we can put a jack stand on the torque box on the rear. So make sure that the car is stable, and this should give us plenty of room to work with. Now inside the car, we're going to go ahead and put the car in neutral and make sure that the parking brake is down. That way we're able to move the wheel back and forth and find the point where our nail went into the tire. And now we can reapply the parking brake and put the car back in gear so when we let the car down it doesn't roll away. Next we'll need to extract whatever's in there, and so you'll need some pliers, or in this case I found a cross point or Phillips that worked, that was the right size, and so I just removed it. Now something very important to note is that the sidewall here is not repairable. So if your screw is in anywhere here on the sides or even on the edge, it should not be repaired. So down the section here, I'm kind of right on the line, but it'll work. So here's our repair kit, and inside you'll find both of the shanks, and I'll show you how to use each of those. You have the repair patches and then some lubricant for the shanks, and so the instructions are in here. We're going to go ahead and take this spiral looking one first, put a little bit of lubrication on the end of it, and we want to go in at the same point of entry, in the same direction that the nail was in. So we're going to go ahead and put this in like this, and now we're just going to drive it in and out. And so what we're doing here is cleaning up the entry point, and we're also spreading out if there were any steel cables or anything that would prevent the patch from going in. We would be spreading that out, so that's good. We're going to now take our little strips here. They look like pieces of licorice, and you'll notice the tip of this has a slit in it, so that allows us to push it in, and then as we pull it back out, it will leave that in there. So we're going to take this here, and we're going to thread it through the side, and we're just going to push it and pull it basically until it's even, sitting right in the middle. Now we're just going to push it straight into the hole, where the hole was in the tire. We want a little bit of it sticking out in the end, so that we don't push it all the way into the tire. And so now as we pull this out, it will allow the plug to stay in, and so basically that licorice piece is sliding out of the tip of this, and now we have it in there. So you'll see you have little edges that are still sticking out. And at this point, this is where I like to fill it with air. So if you have an air compressor or some way to fill the tire, that's what you'll need. If you're on the side of the road, you can get kits that basically have a solid line that will connect one tire to the other tire. It'll make the other tire a little more flat, but at least you'll have air. So now with the tire filled, we're even at 40 psi, a little bit higher than it should be. We're going to go ahead and listen for any leaks or any signs that the patch is not holding. Next, we're just going to trim off the excess. Just make sure you don't pull it back out as you're doing this. We just want to cut it pretty much level with the tire. So you'll probably be left with a little nub that's sticking out, and that should be fine. I've had this about 4 years last without any problems in the past. Next, we're going to make sure that our wheel chock's in place as we lift, as we've moved the car around. Make sure that it's going to be in place in case the car rolls forward, but we have the car back in gear and in park. So make sure that that's how it is so it won't roll. We're going to go ahead and set this back down. So anyway, just keep an eye on it, but that's how easy it is to repair it, and it's worked pretty well for me in the past. Just make sure that, again, it's in the center of the tire, not on any of the side walls, and hopefully this helps. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please check the video description where I have a playlist with more videos like this, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thanks, guys.